Hold on. Schedule. Okay. Start. And we are live. And I'm gonna pour the last of my drink. There we go. Just got the notifications that we are live. Mr. Belcher here.
Oh, my boy, I know it.
So welcome to Candid Conversations. Hashtag Meet the Fords. So I want to make sure if you see any things over there, just let me know. So all the notifications just went out to let everyone know. You can come on in closer to me. That we are live here with Candid Conversations. Hashtag Meet the Fords. Where every other Saturday, our goal is to go live with you, just to talk about everything, honestly, everything as far as relationships, marriage, children, sex, intimacy, you name it, we want to talk about it. Why? Because we need to see real people talking about real shit. That's the main thing. So, for anyone who has never been here before and this is your first time finding this video, I am your favorite life coach and certified clinical sexologist, Coach K. I'm the owner and founder of Love and Intimacy 101 LLC, where I work with women and I work with couples on growing intimacy to have a more fulfilled sex life and sexual experiences. This is
Mr. Ford.
Mr. Ford.
Tonight. I
Ton-
like that.
Okay, so tonight we are Mr. Ford. This is my husband. This is the fuel behind all of this. This is the person that makes it all happen. And while we're able to even have candid conversations. So thank you. Tonight's topic is who comes first? And that's hard to do, hashtag CUMS, but I was like, no, I'm gonna be serious. Who comes first? And I want to talk about this topic because of a question that Mr. Ford asked me a couple days ago. And see, we don't have these topics pre-planned out for weeks or anything like that. We talk about things that happen every day in our everyday life because we want to talk about everyday shit. Reality TV is great, it's fun, it's cool, it is scripted. All the things that we see in the media as far as different couples and how they operate and things they do, cute, fun, entertainment. But sometimes you want to hear from just regular folks. Little bit of background on us before we dive into it. We have been together going on about 19 years now, and we've been married a little bit over 16 years. We have five amazing children, ages 23, 22, or is she 21?
23, 22. Yeah, 23, 22.
23, 22, 16, 15, and is he 11 yet?
11.
And 11. That's a lot of kids. And then we have a dog, and she's about 10. And the reason why I want to give you a little bit of background is because if you're talking to someone on different topics such as this, you want to know a little bit about them, but you can always just look at any of the social media I have and you'll see. So what was the question that you asked me?
I knew you was going to say that. I totally forgot. I was simply like, damn, what did I ask you?
Uh-huh. And I didn't tell him I was going to ask him either.
Actually, a lot of shit.
So
Refresh my memory.
The question was, what do I stand on? And honestly, that particular question is a topic for another day because it was really deep. And I think that would be something that we definitely should talk about because that conversation was extremely deep. And we literally have a lot of these conversations. Like anytime early morning when we're just like on a Saturday, if we're up randomly at 6 or 7 because we woke up, we'll just converse, and that's what we do. But that conversation led into kind of what's kept us grounded and together. And do you remember that conversation that you had?
You know, the conversation with her since then.
I don't forget.
Well, enlighten me then,
So
Mrs. Ford.
we were talking about how we were in the beginning
All right.
and how we really, really honed into us, which
Before
is
we, okay, yeah.
the
I got you.
nucleus.
I got you.
I'm not a scientist, so I'm not gonna get all into like real science shit. But if you know anything about a nucleus, that's kind of the core. That's this very center of something, and then everything else kind of grows around it. Now, do you, if since you remember, do you want to elaborate a little bit
No, I'll
on
let
that,
you. I speak when I feel like. Go
Mr. Ford here?
ahead.
So, when we first got together, just a little bit about some people know our story a little bit. Some people know that we are, a one night stand that has
Damn, that's
lasted
crazy to
the
say
test of
that. Oh
time.
shit, that's crazy.
And we are literally,
Damn.
that's where we are. And so if you think that was 2004, yeah, 2004, I was 24, he was 21.
No, I was 20 when I met
Hey,
you.
Mike. Yeah, we do have a great story, and a lot of that story we told on the mic with Mike RBA.
I was 20 when I met
He
you.
was 20. Yeah, he was 20 when we
I
met.
officially turned 21 when I moved up here on my second day of work. That's when I was solidified because I was
Yes,
working.
because you were working.
Man.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so he was 20 when we met, so I was 24
Yeah.
when we met. Because our birthdays are 2 months apart, so
It was 23. You turned
I was 23 and
24.
I turned 24.
Led you, yeah, led you
See, he's good with the days. I'm approximation.
on.
um, and we were young. I already had two children. They were 1 and 2. So they were extra. Well, they were 1 and 2 at the
I
time.
ain't no, man. It was 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Sounds from 1 and 2.
They were 2 and 3 when I met
No,
you.
no. KK had turned. Quail was 4. KK was 2. KK turned 3. That.
I said when I met you.
Oh shit, my fault. I'm tripping. Don't pay me no
They were
attention.
2 and 3 when we met. And the funny
Yeah,
thing about it is,
I'm tripping.
before I met my amazing husband, Mr. Ford, before I met him, before I knew he existed in this world, I had hung out with his brother for a little over a year every weekend. His mom had already babysat my two children. So she knew her grandchildren before she knew that they were going to be her grandchildren. So she had already met them. They were little, and I needed to go somewhere. And um, his brother, their uncle, who didn't know they were going to be his uncle, took them down to the house. So his mom knew the children, and she didn't even really know me. And so when we met and we got together, just thinking about, '04 in that just time era, yes, family was a thing still a little bit, but I was a partier. So I was out clubbing all the time. He was young and a homebody, so he wasn't into that. But when we made it official, when he actually moved down here,
That's cool.
what I knew, what you said is
I
what?
said that's cool. I'm talking to myself. Go ahead. My fault.
What you say is cool?
Let's go ahead. It's a nice story. Just listening to it.
Yeah, the story is hella good. Like when we sit down and if we ever get the time to write it out on paper in a story, I mean in a book, it's an amazing story to be honest, because there are a lot of details that if I told you we would be here all night. And I don't want that, right? So when we got together, it was completely on purpose because that's what I knew that I wanted. That's something that is this something that you knew that you wanted at that time?
The situation.
A family.
Oh yeah, I told you. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, just
Most
want to make sure
definitely.
because
No,
I don't ever like to speak for my husband.
no,
I
yeah.
can't stand people that be like because oh yeah, and he feels this way. Nah, bullshit.
Nah, I felt that way for a while.
So what I knew as a avid partier as a former serial cheater, I knew that in order for us to have what I saw long term us having, that we had to just come into each other. Pun intended. But
All saying the same thing.
we had to truly become a solid unit together. And that's what we did. It did not set well with our families all the time. And so the reason why I titled this Who Comes First is because there are a lot of these memes and questions that always goes around. You know, if if you pull up to and your mother's in the front seat and your wife is about to get in the car, who gets into the front seat? And people go back and forth with that.
Shit, that's on y'all. Figure out.
You see, he just like leave me out of it. But to me, if you're in a healthy relationship and a healthy marriage, and you have built a solid foundation, the effects and the boundaries trickle outward. And so, what we did for almost what 5 or 6 years, or a little longer,
I'll say 67.
for about 6 to 7 years,
Yeah.
we only committed to each other and what we were growing for us in our household. We were our nucleus. We right here were the nucleus, and we began to build the next layer out. But we concentrated on what was inside, and inside of within this nucleus were our children. We began to grow our family inside of our nucleus. And so we did not go to a lot of family functions. You know, if it was a family gathering, if it was a birthday party, if it was a holiday time. Now, some holidays, yeah, we definitely
Yeah,
we did.
that's like a given.
Yeah, that was it. We definitely did the holiday thing. But there were so many celebrations that we did not go to because we were inside of our home building us. We had to concentrate on recognizing, understanding, and owning the fact that this man was raised in his home and this woman was raised in her home, and that we grew up very differently, but we wanted to become one. And in order to figure out how to become one, we had to learn each other. And just like learning anything, when you have too many outside distractions, you don't get the full education of that thing that you're concentrating on learning. And we were okay with that. Yes, it was difficult when we look back. Like I look back on stuff and I'm like, dang, I remember my cousin had gotten married and we weren't on the best of terms that day for whatever reason. And we went to the wedding because we still weren't really going out, but we went to the wedding. That was something I wanted to do. And I really wanted to go to the reception, but we weren't in the best of places. And so we decided to not go. But I look back and I'm like, dang, I wish I could have went. Now, granted, they're not married anymore to this day. And I am very grateful that we decided to not go to that reception, because going home and working on whatever it is that we needed to work on still for us, it was definitely more valuable. Because today, oh, we outside. Like we
Oh shit! You outside?
we outside. I said we.
You done drag me outside.
I done dragged him
I
outside.
guess I'm out there too. Man.
Yes, because we outside. But I won't say but. And when we are outside, it's an enjoyable time. It's not strenuous. it's not stagnant, it's not forced. It's something that we both want to do and we can enjoy because there is no there's no tension in the house to bring outside to anybody else. Like if you ever been at a family function and you see your aunt and uncle, you see your aunt and uncle over in the corner,
You know they going
and
through
they
some
like,
shit.
yeah, they
No, they
everybody stiffed up, knowing that some stuff going on. Like, oh, they ain't talked the whole night. Like auntie been over there in the corner,
She ain't even fix his plate.
right? Making it awkward for everybody else. Like, dude, you know what? This might be something you could have missed. Y'all should have stayed at home and worked that shit out. Like, why? Why is we doing this? That's why I don't regret the way that we did it. So when you ask, when if someone were to ask me who comes first, I know what I would say. But I'm gonna ask Mr. Ford.
I know who you gonna say come first.
I know you will, but we not talking about me.
Nah, we talking about you tonight.
We not talking about me. So if someone were to ask you who comes first
In what? That's in general.
in life, in marriage, who comes first in your for you?
I come first.
And then
Then it's us. Like then we combine. Like if I ain't got myself together, we ain't gonna mesh. So it ain't gonna work.
now,
Keep it simple.
Mr. Ford, if I ask this question to you 5 years ago, if I asked you this question 3 years ago, what would you have said?
I said you come first. You and the kids. Like, no hesitation.
And I hope you all heard that. What he said was, I would even say almost 2 years ago. But if I would have asked this question to him 3 years ago, he would have, without, and I know this for a fact, without hesitation, he would have said, me and the children come first, then him and our marriage. But today, you said what? Who comes first?
I come first.
He says he comes first, then us. And the reason why that is significant, and if anybody would have asked me, who would I have said? I don't care. 5 years ago, 10 years
It's
ago.
always you. It's never nobody else.
Yes, it would have been me. It would have been me.
It's never anybody else.
The significance.
Ever anybody else. Just to make it clear for the record.
Just to make it clear.
It's always you. As it should be, though.
As it should be.
As it should be.
The significance in both of us understanding the importance of knowing who comes first in this marriage, being our individual selves, is just huge. Because if we individually are not first in our own lives, we are not anything to anyone else. I am no good to my husband if I am no good to me. For so many years, I watched my husband put me in front of himself. And as he was doing that, he was ignoring himself. He was neglecting who he was. He was not growing himself as he should be. He was not giving himself all of the love, the self-care, the just the pat on the back. He wasn't giving himself that. I watched that. And for so many years, I would look at him and say, no, it's you. And he didn't. Well, I won't say that. Did you understand what I kept telling you?
No, I didn't.
What made you understand it finally?
Oh my gosh.
Make sure you speak up.
I'm trying to, I mean.
Hey!
I can't say, ain't no certain instance that made me like. I guess it was over a period of time. I can't recall like exactly what period of time, but it just clicked. You know what I'm saying? That's how life hits your ass. Like you can't just like when that's how you know when shit real. You can't really. You just know it's like Like, oh shit, like
What did you think about me when I was like, it was always about me? I mean, be perfectly honest. When I
God damn, you selfish. The fuck, like that's what I thought. Like I won't, you know what I mean? That's all that shit. God damn. That's all I kept thinking. Like, you. But I mean, hey, just what it was.
but now, so now that you put yourself first,
A
do you
lot
think
more
that you're
happy.
selfish?
Huh? Do I think I'm selfish?
Mhm.
To a certain extent, I'm gonna continue to be. I have to be. I
I
have to
think we
be.
have to stop looking at selfish as such a negative thing because there's a healthy sense of selfishness
Absolutely.
that has to be. You know, the airlines had it right for years. The airlines has always had it right. What do they tell you on the plane about the air mask?
When they like when you get on a plane and shit, and should put yours on first, and then help the person beside you and shit.
Why?
Because you trying to put their shit on, and then you die trying to put their shit on, then they gonna die because you can't put their shit on, and everybody
That's what. So
dead.
let's think about this in the
Like
sense of
common
a
sense.
marriage. Yes, in the sense of a marriage.
Same thing.
If my husband, which I watched him, my husband was for so many years trying to put my oxygen mask on, and the whole time he's suffocating. If he
That
waits
nigga shit
too
was so
long
horrible.
and he's completely
Damn,
suffocated out,
but it's the
and
truth.
he couldn't get because he couldn't get his on, and I'm gasping for air because I can't put mine on. That means I can't put our children's on. That means that they can't put their children's on. No one can get their oxygen mask on. So our whole family unit now dies off. Now that we have this understanding of in this marriage, he comes first to him, I come first to me. We put our oxygen mask on so that we are breathing fresh air and able to live and survive. We can now teach our children how to put theirs on, or we can assist them while we as they put theirs on, and we continue to live and grow. And that's what we did. We stayed within our unit, and to this day, the seven, we can call it the Ford Seven. The seven of us, we rock tight. Like for the 23 and 22-year old, even though they are out of the house, they know if they ever need anything, they can call us, they can come to us. We don't just hand them anything because if they call, they need it because we know that they have done their due diligence. They've watched us. They watched us go through some shit, which I can appreciate because they know how to operate and work through stuff. Like anyone who get our children, tip my head off to you.
Mm.
you,
I just feel man.
you getting some people that know life. You really do get now. Speak on it. Come on now. Tell them what they're getting.
No. Nah, can't do
Sitting here today, um, and knowing how difficult it was watching you get to this place, it's like it's awesome. Like to know that you didn't.
that. Is it like a sigh of relief for you? Like,
No, it's not a relief for me.
like damn. You sure?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I want to be sure.
No, just thinking like how many years that you used to say, I just want to make you happy. And what I used to tell you when you always say that.
Make myself happy.
And when you made yourself happy, what happened?
I begin to make y'all happier.
That's all I'm saying.
Uh,
I would always say, you can't make me happy. Make yourself happy. When you're happy, then I'm happy. So you got to work on that. Like, and it works. And I won't say that every marriage is going to be cookie cutter and work the same way. But the general guiding principle of feeling yourself so that you can feel each other, that's gonna be tops. And there's some people that's gonna watch this and be like, no, God's first. Well, if you don't understand that God, listen.
No, it's started. Don't start. Don't get me started about that shit.
I
Come
know
on,
that
man.
that is a full discussion for another day. But I'm gonna say this: if you don't understand where God truly is, and you have to keep on separating it
I
out,
ain't on that road with you.
then you got some you have some more learning, you have some more growing, you have some more research, and you have some more just mirror time. That's what you have. So you will never hear me have to separate out, well, God's first, then me. When I say that I'm first, that is inclusive. Let that sink in. So stop trying to separate that out. What you got to say about that, Mr. Ford?
Boy.
Sips tea.
What I gotta say?
Mm-hmm.
No comment right now.
I told you that's a discussion for another day. Might be the next candid conversation. Listen.
Boy.
Are we 26 minutes after the hour? And you know that we don't do this but for so long.
You be here all damn night listening to me, Ray. Night. What time is it? It be fucking 12 o'clock. Like, this nigga's still talking, man. Let me finish telling you what I was thinking about. But nah,
We're going to get it out of him because we're going to get him talking. Look,
Yeah,
maybe I
we
give him
talk
some of
about
this
that.
juice right here so we can get him talking. But I love these. I love these conversations.
We can have that. We can have that type of conversation within the space of the North Chest.
Maybe we can do it in the lioness den.
I can't come to that.
Well, you can. I can.
Well,
We might let you in.
I don't want to come there with y'all. What I'm doing there like?
You can converse with us. We might let some lions into the lioness den every once in a while. No.
This lion gonna be playing with the cubs.
No, it's.
Don't they try to make no lion sound? I ain't never heard a lion sound like that.
This is a lioness.
Oh yeah, you're right. Well, lioness would not sound.
Oh, she's fierce. So yeah, you're right.
You're listening to it now, so.
That's right. The lioness. If you're wondering what the lioness den is, just ask me about it. It's going down. I'm the lioness. But I really enjoy this conversation. Do you want to say something to the folks? Any parting words before we head out?
Good evening. Have a good evening. What?
A man of few words.
What else you gonna tell them? Like,
Nothing.
sleep tight. Let the bed bugs bite. You got them shit you might want to get out. Like, whoo, damn, that would suck though. You got,
bed bug. Don't make me itch.
You got to all that. Damn. I'm just talking about bed bugs. All right, well, have a good evening and sleep tight.
Well, I want to thank y'all for joining us for another episode of Candid Conversations, #Meet the Fords, where our topic was who comes first. In the marriage, we talked about who comes first, literally. And if you're on the tail end of this, definitely catch the replay and share your thoughts. We definitely want to hear about that. We are here every other Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live from the space at Norchest, home of the Lioness Den. That was better? You ain't got to look at me like that.
There won't no damn lion, baby.
I said lioness.
Oh, my fault. That won't no lioness.
Mind your
We
business.
gotta get you some sound effects.
We do. We're going to get some sound effects.
Start dropping bombs and shit like they be doing. Like,
We're not getting him an effects machine. But those of you out there, just a reminder that we do have Naughty or Nice bingo shots and shopping coming up on December the 17th. So if you are in or around the Richmond, Virginia area, you definitely want to come through, take some shots, do some shopping, and play some bingo. You can win a 40-inch smart TV. You can possibly win a projector, some bedroom candy items. some other electronics, and we're going to play some naughty and nice games. You don't want to miss that. You can always reach me directly to get that link to come and join us for bingo. That is going to be at 6 o'clock p.m., December the 17th. So if you haven't finished your holiday shopping, that'll be a time to do it. Tomorrow we have the mistletoe at Norchest that is happening. That is a full shopping of local small businesses right here. Oh, sorry, right here at the space at Norchest. That is the next 3 Sundays. And then on the 7th, hold on, bingo is the 16th. Melanated Market is actually on the 17th. Nope, the 18th of December. That is all Black owned businesses will be right here where you can do shopping with them. So you definitely want to make sure that you join us for that. So if there's a topic that you ever want to hear us talk about, let me know and we can definitely do that. We're not here to be right. We are honestly here to get the conversation started because we need to see more couples that are talking about some real life shit that is probably happening all in your business that you may not be able to talk about. And if you are ever in the need to book a session for couples coaching or ladies for life coaching, definitely reach out. I do have openings for new clients as we speak. You can always check out loveandintimacy101.com to learn more about me and what I do. And if you are here on YouTube watching this video, make sure you subscribe, you follow me on Instagram, share, turn your notifications on because we will be right back in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody. You say bye.
Have a good evening.